You know, when I told you that I had to work late, I really went to see the new Twilight movie by myself. I don't know why I did that.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most hilarious moments in our favorite romantic comedies.
Like a summer.
Number 20. The Performance. Isn't it romantic? There's nothing better than a good old-fashioned song and dance number.
But when the night falls, my loneliness calls. Oh, dance with somebody.
Except maybe a song and dance number making fun of those typical song and dance numbers. The whole gimmick of Isn't It Romantic is that it makes fun of all the stereotypical things that happen in romantic comedies, and it's exactly that winking nature which makes this scene all the more funny.
So when the night falls, I wanna dance with somebody.
Following an accident where she's knocked out, rom-com hater Natalie wakes up in a romantic comedy. In this scene, she wows the crowd at a bar with a rousing rendition of I Wanna Dance with Somebody. True to musical tropes far and wide, everyone breaks into poppy synchronized choreography. Number 19. The Dracula Musical song, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. It might not feel natural to put the words Dracula and musical in the same sentence.
You know, I could play something else. I just think out of context this might be...
Dracula Musical!
Thank you.
But not all of us are musical genius Peter Bretter from the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall. On a trip to Hawaii following a horrendous breakup, Peter strikes up a relationship with a hotel worker named Rachel.
What's your rock opera about?
Dracula?
One night, she encourages him to play part of his life's work in front of a crowd, a musical he's been working on about the life of Dracula. Everything about this moment is hilarious, from Peter's unwillingness to perform the song out of context, to the Transylvanian accent Jason Segel puts on while he sings about Van Helsing.
And if I see Van Helsing, I swear to the Lord I will slay him.
2 tickets to the Dracula musical, please. Number 18. Big mistake. Huge. Pretty Woman. For this entry, one of a rom-com's most gutting moments turns into its most triumphant. And funny. Don't forget funny. After rich guy Edward asks sex worker Vivian to pretend to be his girlfriend, he sends her shopping on his dime. But the saleswomen on Rodeo Drive don't care that she has the money. She doesn't look the part, so they rudely turn her away.
Look, I got money to spend in here.
I don't think we have anything for you. You're obviously in the wrong place. Please leave.
The next day, when Vivian shows up dressed to the nines, the women don't recognize her and their attitudes are considerably different. Vivian beelines for the woman who shunned her, boldly making her remember their previous encounter.
Oh,
You work on commission, right?
yes.
Big mistake. Big. Huge. I have to go shopping now.
Number 17. Adult star stand-ins. Love Actually. Some storylines in the ensemble film Love Actually are better than others. While this one may not be the most romantic of the bunch, it's definitely the one that's most entertaining.
At least it's nice and warm in here.
Yeah, it's not always the case, is it? I was standing in for Brad Pitt once on 7 years in Tibet.
Yes, yeah.
Bloody freezing.
In the film, John and Judy meet each other because they're both stand-ins on movie sets, meaning they take the places of the actors while the crew gets the lighting and everything else just right. The first time they meet each other, the two are asked to get naked and stand in for sex scenes.
Judy, could you take the top off this time? Lighting and camera need to know when we're actually going to see the nipples and when we're not.
Despite this raunchy meet-cute, their conversations are quite wholesome and sweet.
All I want for Christmas is you.
The contradiction between their physical and emotional states will never fail to make us laugh. Number 16. Inebriated Singing. 27 Dresses. Who hasn't gotten drunk and sung Benny and the Jets on top of a bar?
Hey, kids, shake, lose a lemon. Politics wanna sing, gonna make a fella.
No? Just Jane Nichols and Kevin Doyle and us then? Well, we should all try to let loose like that once in a while. In 27 Dresses, Jane is a fairly buttoned-up woman who's been a bridesmaid at 27 weddings.
How do you stand it? I mean, isn't one wedding bad enough?
I love weddings. I always have.
Journalist Kevin secretly befriends her with the intention of writing an article about her, but as his feelings develop, he starts to have second thoughts. The night the two finally act on their feelings, they get wasted at a bar. The night ends with the two jumping on top of said bar and singing all the wrong words to Benny and the Jets. No worries, Jane. We also thought Elton was singing Electric Boobs.
She's got electric boobs. Boobs. Below her shoes. You know I read it in a magazine. Oh.
Number 15. The Fart. This is 40. We all know that when you've been in a relationship for a long time, the passion can start to wane a little bit. It gives way to comfort and trust, and also maybe something a bit more gross.
What? What is she doing?
This scene in This Is 40 captures all of that far too well. While sitting in bed together, spying on their employee having sex in their store, as one does, Debbie and Pete start debating about their own life in the bedroom.
Don't fart in the bed!
I'm not. It's the springs.
This is why we never have sex. That's disgusting. You're gross.
I don't know what you're...
During the conversation, Pete farts in bed, causing a different sort of explosion from Debbie. As she speaks, Pete just keeps farting. It might be juvenile, but this tickles our funny bone.
That is the worst birthday present you could ever give someone.
Number 14. The waxing scene. The 40-year-old virgin. Who would have thought Kelly Clarkson could be used as an expletive?
No, Kelly Clarkson.
Even after so many years, The 40-Year-Old Virgin is still one of the funniest romantic comedies we've ever seen. Every scene has its moments, but nothing beats the iconic waxing scene which caused Carell's character to take Clarkson's name in vain.
Take off your shirt.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna need more wax!
After everyone at work finds out that Andy is a virgin, his friends try to help him out. One of the ways they do so is booking him a chest wax, resulting in one of the funniest scenes of the last 20 years. Knowing that Carell was actually getting waxed here makes it even better.
Oh, wow! I hate you! I hate you! Stop smiling, you!
That pain is genuine, and those of us who get waxed know it all too well. Number 13. The Young Mansion. Crazy Rich Asians.
Thank you for joining me. It's like my one chance to see the Young Family Mansion.
Sometimes awe translates to humor. So is the case with this scene from 2018's Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh my God, it's beautiful. Beautiful. It's $200 million worth of real estate. Spectacular.
When Rachel's friend Gopaik Lin learns that Rachel's going to visit the famed Young Mansion, she can't let her go in unprepared. The amount of wealth on display at the Young's house is sort of funny within itself, but Awkwafina's performance all throughout is what really ups the humor.
It's you too. Yeah. What'd you get up to?
Rachel!
From freaking out in the car to the spare change of outfits, everything she does is a great bit. Number 12. Jenna the Flirt. 13 going on 30. How far can comedy go without crossing the line?
To being 30. I've decided it's gonna be totally awesome.
Of course it is.
We think this scene in 13 going on 30 walks that line perfectly. When Jenna Rank makes a wish to be 30 years old on her 13th birthday, she wakes up in the future the very next day.
Can you hear that, sir? Can you hear the music?
Jenna, can you hurry up a little bit, please? He made a commitment.
While Jenna might look 30 years old, she very much still has the brain and tastes of a 13-year-old. And that taste part is important for this one. When Jenna's friend mentions that a guy at a restaurant is looking at her and encourages Jenna to flirt with him, Jenna takes her up on it. Only, she's got the wrong guy. The visual gag of Jennifer Garner walking up to flirt with a preteen is an iconic one.
So do you want to go out sometime?
Yeah. We're gonna take off now.
Time to go. What, do you want to go to jail? I meant that guy.
Number 11. The original fake relationship. It happened one night. If you're a romantic comedy fan, we're willing to bet that you love a good old-fashioned fake relationship.
Come on. What are you going to do, stay out there all night?
For this entry, we're going back to the start of that wonderful trope. It Happened One Night came out in 1934. and is responsible for a lot of your favorite romantic comedy staples.
You remember me, Shakely? Say, I'm sorry about last night. Didn't know you was married to that guy. You should have told me right off.
While heiress Ellie and journalist Peter are on the run, they have to pretend to be married in order to share a room together. The room sharing and fake relationship leads to exactly what you'd expect, like almost viewings and trying to fool other people into believing their marriage.
Oh, yeah. She saw your sister on the street the other day. Said she's looking swell.
Come in.
Claudette Colbert and Clark Gable have pitch-perfect romantic comedy chemistry, and they're a true delight to watch together. Number 10. The Zipper Scene. There's Something About Mary. There's Something About Mary is one of the most memorable rom-coms to come out of the late 90s. Helmed by the Farrelly brothers, the movie is full of gross-out humor, but the most visceral one takes place at the start. In a flashback, Ben Stiller's character Ted accidentally gets his, appendage stuck in the zipper of his pants.
Well, I mean, is it the, or the...
Is it the Franco the beans?
I don't know. It looks like, I think it's a little bit of both.
To make matters worse, the incident happens right before he's supposed to take his dream date Mary, played by Cameron Diaz, to prom. The scene hilariously escalates as her parents, a police officer, and firefighter all try to attempt to save the day.
Relax. You already laid the tracks. That's the hard part. Now we're just gonna back it up.
Teddy, be brave.
It's just like pulling off a Band-Aid.
Although it can be hard to watch, there's no mistaking that this moment has viewers seeing zippers in a whole new way.
Are you okay, Ted? Ted!
Number 9. The Double Date with Keanu Reeves. Always Be My Maybe. What's more gut-punching than seeing your crush with someone else? How about when that someone else is Keanu Reeves? Randall Park's Marcus is in this unenviable position when Ali Wong's character Sasha brings the screen icon on a double date.
I missed you.
I missed you too.
I missed you so much.
I missed your mouth.
I missed your heart.
Oh God, I missed your beard.
I missed your light.
Playing an exaggerated and pretentious version of himself, Reeves serves some great one-liners.
The man who embraces his mediocre nothingness shines greater than any.
Park heightens the tension further by offering up some amazing reaction shots. It's hard to narrow down his best moment because, let's be honest, Keanu Reeves' entire appearance is great. However, the comedic timing in this scene is off the charts.
The only stars that matter are the ones you look at when you dream.
Thank you.
Number 8. The Fountain Fight. Bridget Jones, The Edge of Reason. Bridget Jones's page-to-screen adaptations are an audience favorite. The Renee Zellweger-led films follow the lovably awkward TV reporter as she navigates life and love in London.
You two have a genuinely gorgeous bottom.
Thank you. I'm actually with the Mexican ambassador, the head of Amnesty International, and the Undersecretary for Trade and Industry.
Her romantic triangle with Mark Darcy and Daniel Cleaver, played by Colin Firth and Hugh Grant respectively, leads to an epic showdown in the first film. The scene is so memorable that it's recreated in the sequel, The Edge of Reason. However, this time they trade a Greek restaurant for a park fountain as their battleground of choice.
Well, what are you going to do now? Drown me in 16 inches of water? Yes, right here.
The most hilarious part of the scene is the fact that the two men aren't coordinated enough to brawl. Moments like these prove that the Jones trilogy is one of the most iconic rom-com franchises to date.
If you're so obsessed with Bridget Jones, why don't you just marry her? Because then she'd definitely shag me.
Number 7. The Airplane Interrogation. Bridesmaids. Melissa McCarthy was a master of improv long before she became a comedy megastar. The skills certainly served her well in her breakout role as oddball Megan in Paul Feig's Bridesmaids.
I'm not gonna say I survived, I'm gonna say I thrived. I met a dolphin down there, and I swear to God that dolphin looked not at me, but into my soul.
Playing off her real husband, Ben Falcone, her character interrogates and flirts with her airplane seamate, who she is convinced is an air marshal. McCarthy ad-libs most of the dialogue in the scene and gives audiences a masterclass in comedic timing.
I have to get back to my seat.
Yeah, you gotta get back on my seat. You get it?
Her performance was so well received that she even earned a Best Supporting Actress Oscar nomination in 2012. Based on this moment alone, she's more than deserving of that honor.
Yes! I knew it! I got your back, John!
Number 6. Dog Flight, The Proposal. Sandra Bullock is a reigning queen of rom-coms, and one of her best performances is in 2009's The Proposal. Bullock portrays Margaret, a workaholic editor-in-chief who finds out she is facing deportation to Canada. Instead of packing her bags, she blackmails her assistant Andrew, played by real-life Canadian Ryan Reynolds, to become her fiancé.
I'm not gonna marry you.
Sure you are. Because if you don't marry me, your dreams of touching the lives of millions with the written word are dead.
The film offers no shortage of memorable moments, but there is one that takes the cake. After accidentally letting Andrew's family dog out, hilarity ensues as the pooch is captured by an eagle. Suddenly, it's up to the ill-equipped executive to rescue him.
Give me that dog!
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Okay.
There's an old showbiz saying that you should never work with kids or animals, but luckily, Bullock ignores that sound advice and gives us this side-splitting moment.
That cute or what?
I know.
Number 5. The Poker Game, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey are certified rom-com royalty, so it's no wonder that their first on-screen collaboration became a massive hit in 2003.
Oh, you are already falling in love with me.
I'm gonna make you wish you were dead.
The story follows Andy, a how-to writer exploring how women sabotage relationships. As one of her tactics, she attempts to foil Ben's poker game with his friends by being every stereotype of an overbearing girlfriend.
Our love fern! It's dead!
No, honey, it's just sleeping.
You let it die! You gonna let us die?
Of course, Ben has his own agenda in play, and his career success hinges on keeping their love connection alive. No matter what Andy does, Ben has no choice but to keep his cool. The tension created by their opposing goals is the cherry on top of this comedic scene.
Can you give me another chance?
Haven't you had enough?
Number 4. I'll Have What She's Having, When Harry Met Sally. Screenwriting legend Nora Ephron blessed audiences with comedy classics like Sleepless in Seattle and You've Got Mail.
Well, that would mean he's a West Sider.
Isn't that amazing? Maybe I've seen him and don't even know it.
You could have seen him every day and not know it.
That said, there's no denying that her pièce de résistance is When Harry Met Sally.
Is that men and women can't be friends because the sex part always gets in the way.
Despite the skepticism of Harry, played by Billy Crystal, the 80s classic follows his platonic friendship with Meg Ryan's Sally as they come in and out of each other's lives over the years. During a notable lunch date, the pair debate over the topic of female sexuality.
What are you saying, that they fake orgasm?
It's possible.
Get out of here.
Why? Most women at one time or another have faked it.
Well, they haven't faked it with me.
How do you know?
Because I know.
Not one to back down from, Sally puts her cynical friend in his place by proving her point in the middle of a crowded deli. Diners watch as the cringy but hilarious moment plays out, cementing it as one of the most iconic moments in romantic comedy history.
I'll have what she's having.
Number 3. The Karaoke Scene, My Best Friend's Wedding. One of the most controversial rom-com characters in the 90s is without a doubt My Best Friend's Wedding's protagonist, Jules Potter.
What did you do with my best friend? Huh?
I'm still your best friend. Just haven't seen you for a while.
Played by Oscar winner Julia Roberts, the food critic is determined to ruin the upcoming wedding of her friend Michael in an effort to get him to fall for her. Her main obstacle is the sweet bride-to-be Kimmy, portrayed by Cameron Diaz.
French kissing!
Fishing!
You know, I've always loved Florence.
Well, you should take her there.
She's perky, she deserves a honeymoon.
During a night out, Jules pressures Kimmy, stricken by stage fright, into performing karaoke. Although her vocals are far from pitch perfect, with the support of the bar, Kimmy loosens up. Thus, the ill-fated scheme backfires. Michael becomes even more endeared by his fiancée's confidence, and it's back to the drawing board for Jules. Number 2. First Forgetting, 50 First Dates. When veterinarian Henry Roth, played by Adam Sandler, meets Drew Barrymore's Lucy, he thinks he's found his perfect match. The only issue is that she suffers from short-term memory loss and wakes up every morning having completely forgotten what happened the day before.
Aloha, I'm Henry Roth. We met here at the Pukilau Cafe about a year after your accident. I like you and you like me, most days. Every day is different.
Through Henry's determination, though, the relationship progresses and they eventually spend the night together. Unfortunately, Lucy wakes up the next morning thinking Henry is a stranger.
Hey, okay, I know this is hard for you to understand right now, but we are actually seeing each other. We've been seeing each other for a while now.
Given those circumstances, her reaction is entirely reasonable. It also makes for some good physical comedy. You can't help but appreciate a man who's not scared off by this situation.
Well, I may not be able to kick your ass, but my sister sure can. Thanks, buddy.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Everyone Finds Out, Crazy Stupid Love. Before they tap danced in La La Land, Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling made rom-com magic in 2011's Crazy Stupid Love. Facing divorce, Steve Carell's Cal recruits Jacob, played by Ryan Gosling, to help him get back into dating. Meanwhile, Jacob is starting a romance with Hannah, a law school grad played by Emma Stone. And it's a surprise to everyone when we find out that she's actually Cal's daughter. Nobody takes this news particularly well.
No.
I want to see the boyfriend, please. Can I take this off now?
Cal, what are you doing with the daughter that's grown up?
I was 17. That's why we had to get married so young.
That is something you should have told me.
And as if that reveal weren't enough, the scene just continues to escalate.
Daddy doesn't even know that I'm in love with him. With who? With him.
Are you pointing at me?
You're pointing at him? She's pointing at him? Oh.
More characters show up and more truths are told. The scene is definitely a lesson in storytelling gymnastics, but gets funnier with each reveal, making it equal parts surprising and hilarious.
You know how much pain and suffering you caused my friend, you dumb son?
Stay the hell away from my daughter! You stay away from my daughter!
Dad.
I don't even know you! Come on,
Daddy,
get over here!
Oh my God, what are you grabbing?
If we missed any of your favorite laugh-out-loud rom-com moments, let us know in the comments below.
Oh, watch this part. This is good.
Here, Crassus. Congratulate me.
Are you okay?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.